The market continues to slowly soften, but future indicators are pointing up. I'm Tony with Clarkson Santoro, and this is our real estate update for the week of Friday, June 27th. We know that buying or selling homes can be a very stressful and confusing process. That's why we do these weekly videos, so you can know how our market is impacting your options as a home buyer or seller. Starting off, we always like to look at the past week's statistics and how the market has performed. There are 76 homes active on the market right now, which is a little bit more, about 10% more than we had last week. The average asking price was about the same, $1,998,000, up a little bit from the average asking price of $1,961,000 last week. 9 homes went pending, 3 more than last week, with an average asking price on those pending sales also similar to last week's at $1,861,000, down slightly by $30,000 from the $1,891,000 we had last week. 2 homes closed this week, or 2 homes less closed this week than last week, 8 homes total, with an average asking price down significantly, or closing price down significantly from last week, about $250,000. So now that we know how the market performed this past week, we can look at the broader indicators that we usually like to look at that help us know where the market might be heading. Before we do that, if you find this information helpful, you can hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on future updates. And while you're at it, why don't you share this with a friend who's looking to sell or buy? Everyone deserves to be in the know about their local real estate market. Okay, let's look at those indicators. Inventory is back up to 76 homes this week. It's been fluctuating between the high 60s to mid 70s for about 2 months now. During that period, pending sales have remained relatively flat between 35 to 45 homes in escrow at any given time during that 2-month period. With the pending sales hovering in that range, that means our turnover numbers haven't changed much this week. Also pretty flat over the past few weeks. They did come down a little more than last week, from 49% to 43%. But like I mentioned last week, we are currently trending to have fewer total sales in all of San Ramon for this year compared to the amount of total sales we had in 2023. The over-under number has been in the under range and falling for the past few weeks now. It did recover slightly this week, and now sitting less than 20,000 under asking, whereas last week we were averaging almost 25,000 under asking. The over-under numbers should be much worse for how slow the market has been. However, there are still enough homes in the best neighborhoods that have done all the work to be really desirable to get multiple offers in that first week on the market. Those homes are few and far between at the moment, but with such a small sample size, they are having an outsized impact on keeping the over-under numbers from really tanking. A closing stat that did drop this week is the average closing price on homes. It dropped about $11,000 this week, or roughly 1%. Home values are still holding right around the $2 million mark, which would be right there, consistent with last year, but they have been slowly trending down since May. The QQQ fund improved this week and is just on the cusp of reaching its newest peak value after improving by 3%. The strength of the tech equities market will continue to be the life support that keeps this slow market from completely tanking home values in San Ramon and the surrounding area. This is especially good news when you consider this growth happened amidst boisterous, vocal concern over the Israel-Iran situation and U.S. involvement. In continued positive news, the latest interest rates continued its very gradual descent this week. And when I say gradual, I mean it. They have come down about 12 basis points over the past 4 weeks. But any movement in the downward direction is great news for buyers and sellers alike. There's still not a lot of change in the market again this week. All the market stats remained pretty flat, and the 2 indicators that we tried to glean some future insight from showed signs of minor market improvement. But it just feels sluggish out there, and sometimes you have to just believe what your gut is telling you and stop trying to overanalyze all the numbers and analytics. Here's what my gut says. This is still a unique split market. The majority of homes are sitting for a long time and struggling to get interest, usually because they're unimpressive and don't stand out. There are still a few homes that will entice a lot of interest quickly, but they are few and very far between. Most homeowners thinking of selling will probably want to assume their house fits in the latter category, but the reality is that most homeowners have the former category style of home and need to make the mental adjustment to get their house sold in this tougher market. Thank you for joining me on this weekly update. I hope it helps you understand how our market is impacting your options. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates and how the market continues to progress throughout this summer. And if you have any questions or concerns about the stressful, confusing process of buying or selling a home, leave a comment down below or reach out to us directly. We're here to help guide you every step of the way. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you next week. Or actually, we probably won't since it's the 4th of July. Happy summer.